Hey YouTube, what's going on? We're back. We're back for another mock draft. We had one, and I know I've been meaning to put a video out before my next mock, but it's not done yet. It's almost done, so it'll be out before the next one, probably. But we are here with our post-combine mock. Minutes ago, got a report on my phone from NFL that Aqib Talib had been traded to the Rams, so I actually had to go change a couple picks up before this, so just know that. But yeah, that's how updated this is. So the Michael Bennett trade, that's all in here. Then you got the Kirk Cousins signing, and I am signing with the Vikings in this one because that seems to be the #1 team. So without further ado, let's go. With the #1 pick, after an amazing combine, I got the Cleveland Browns going with no one other than Saquon Barkley, running back out of Penn State. This guy's been at the top of everybody's mock. The farthest I've seen him falling lately is Tampa Bay, and that kind of stopped after the combine. After the combine, I haven't seen him lower than the Giants. So this guy, he's a do-it-all running back. What can I tell you that someone else hasn't told you? He's really that next level kind of guy. I don't know if he's, and don't give me too much hate for this, but I don't know if he's too much better than the guys, Fournette, Zeke Elliott. I don't know if he's too much better than them. So the #1 pick, I don't think the Browns will regret it though. Whoever they want, quarterback, whatever position they want, at 4, Saquon won't be there. You're not going to get this kind of talent at #4. He's the #1 player, in my opinion, in this draft. It's getting kind of close, but he's my #1 player for sure. And yeah, I think he goes #1. I think that's the rumor right now, and I think it happens. With the #2 pick, I have the Giants selecting Josh Rosen, quarterback out of UCLA. I know lately it's been looking more like, they're not going to pick a quarterback. They just traded for Alec Ogletree, so they won't get a linebacker. But people are thinking they want to win now. And the only pick I could see here besides him that would make sense, in my opinion, actually a lot of these picks would make sense, but I think the only one they would do is Quentin Nelson for the guard, but I just don't see it happening. I think they won't get another opportunity to get a quarterback of the future. They won't get another opportunity like this. So I see them going with Josh Rosen, quarterback out of UCLA, because he's the #1 quarterback in most people's mind. Josh Allen's rising up there because of the great combine. But, Baker Mayfield getting some tall. Sam Darnold kind of falling off a little bit, but Josh Rosen had a decent combine. Nothing special. None of these quarterbacks really had a special combine. So, I got him here at #2 because I think they're going to, if Saquon's off the board, they're just going to go with the quarterback. I think that's their plan. #3, I got the I got the Indianapolis Colts trading with the New York Jets because the Jets see Cleveland and Denver. They both don't have a quarterback. Jets, they don't get Kirk Cousins free agency this time. They say, crap, we got to get our quarterback now. They trade up. They land Sam Darnold at a quarterback out of USC. I think it's a good fit. I think, of course, there's other guys on the board that would make sense, but I think this is how they'll go. I think they're looking at Mayfield. I think they're looking at Allen, but I think they just see too much potential in Sam Darnold to pass up on him. I could definitely see a Mayfield or a Allen, like I keep saying, or a Rosen if he falls, But I think this is the way they're gonna go. I think they're gonna have to trade in front of Denver and Cleveland if they haven't got their quarterback, I think that the Jets will re-sign McCown to be the veteran quarterback for him, but I think they'll end up drafting a quarterback and they'll have to trade in front of some people, trade a third or fourth, something like that to get up there. Maybe even a second or a first. That's 6 spots. That's 3 spots. You never know. But Sam Darnold, it makes sense for me. If you don't like that, I'm sorry, Jets fans, but I think he's a good quarterback. I think people not give him enough credit for what he did at USC. He was a good quarterback. So #4, a little bit of surprise pick. A lot of people don't have this, but I got the Cleveland Browns going with Tremaine Edmonds, linebacker out of Virginia Tech. He's rising up draft boards. He has since the season ended. He's just been going up and up in draft boards, and I think this will be as high as he gets. Maybe he could go to the Colts if they keep their pick, but he's a one-time player. He has his problems. We know that, but he's a special one-of-a-kind linebacker. And I think the Browns would be silly to pass him up. I think he's the best defensive player in this draft, and I think they'd be stupid to pass up on him. Of course, there's guys like Minka, like I had in my last mock. Bradley Chubb would fit on their team good. Maybe a corner in Denzel Ward or Joshua Jackson, but I think this is the way they go. I think Tremaine Edmonds looks so good. And, this isn't even the best thing for Edmonds. I think the best thing for Edmonds, honest to God, I think it's the Raiders, because I think the coaching staff's amazing. Colts would be good for him. Niners, Bears. He'd be good. He needs to be coached. He's a great player with raw talent, but you can't waste raw talent. That's what I was saying about Deshaun Kaiser last year. I was saying Deshaun Kaiser's a great quarterback, but he's raw, and he needs someone to teach him, He needs a good coach, and I don't think he really got that in the Browns, and I think that's why. So this isn't the best thing. Who knows? With the number 5 pick, I got the Denver Broncos taking Baker Mayfield out of Oklahoma. The guy's been growing on me, I thought he was good, but not that good before. But he's really growing on me, I watched his film a little bit. I think he can be an NFL quarterback, a legit NFL quarterback. And Broncos have been high on him in a long time. That's why they won it for a long time. They coached him at the Senior Bowl. They coached Josh Allen too. But, I think Baker's the way they're going to go. He's got that leadership that I don't think any other quarterback in this draft class has. And he's a special player, he really is a special player. Like him, hate him, think he's good, think he's bad. He's a special player. There's nothing you can say about that. So, I think he fits Denver if they can't land Kirk Cousins. With the 6th pick, the Colts are back on the clock, and this time they get the player they wanted anyways. Bradley Chubb out of North Carolina State. They traded down and still got the player they wanted. Maybe you could say they wanted Edmonds, but they get a 2nd, 3rd, 4th, maybe even a 1st out of this, and still get one of the best defensive players in the draft. He fits their system really well. He's going to be a great edge rusher. I think he'll be really, really good for them. And I think they still need a line. Don't get me wrong. I hope they get someone in free agency, but this is a good guy. This is a really, really good edge rusher. I heard that he had more talent than and a guy was talking about it. He said that he had more talent in his opinion than Myles Garrett did last year. So that's really something special. The Colts would be really lucky to get this guy. On to the 7th pick. With that pick, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers select Minkah Fitzpatrick, DB. DB out of Alabama. I said a lot about him in the last one. I think he'd be really good on the Browns because I don't think he needs to be coached. Every player needs to be coached. But I think he can bring a culture to that team like Jamal Adams did for the Jets, like he did for LSU. I think that this guy can be his own player, But he'll be good, decently coached on the Buccaneers, and he'll bring a leadership to that secondary that they don't have. He'll be the best player in the secondary, which, sorry, I like Brent Grimes much than the next guy, but he's better than Brent Grimes right now. And he's going to be a great player for them. They'll be really lucky to have him. Number 8. The Chicago Bears. I have them drafting Roquan Smith, linebacker out of Georgia. My favorite player to watch all year in college football. Everyone else is watching quarterbacks and running backs and whatever. I loved watching Roquan. I'm from Georgia, so maybe a little bias here. Only Georgia player in this mock draft, by the way, so, whatever. But this guy Roquan, man, I love watching him play. He's a phenomenal player, and I can't say enough about this guy. He is a beast of a player, but if you ask me right now who I'd want on my team for one game, I'd go with Roquan over Tremaine Edmonds. But if you're talking future, Tremaine Edmonds does have more potential, and you just can't deny that. They're both great players, but Tremaine just has more. I think Roquan's the better player at this moment, but Tremaine has more potential, and that's what gets it. In the future, he can be one of the greatest linebackers of all time. Not saying Roquan can't. I think Roquan will be an elite defensive player at the next level, but Roquan fits beautifully on the Bears. He can play inside or out. He can play wheel linebacker. He's a great player. And Chicago had them going wide receiver, looking like they're gonna land Landry. And if they don't land a Landry or an Allen Robinson or one of these big receivers in free agency, then I'm gonna change this pick, of course, for the next mock. I think Roquan fits really well here, and I think it really could be their pick. They picked Leonard Floyd a couple years ago, so a little bit of Georgia connection. I know that might not matter to you, but I could really see it. I think they could go with I think they could really go with a linebacker, and yeah. Number 9, I got the San Francisco 49ers landing with the best O-line prospect in this draft, Quentin Nelson out of Notre Dame. Quentin Nelson, I've heard a lot of teams, 10 teams I think it was either 5 or 10, have him as the number 1 prospect in the entire draft. And I assume the Niners are one of those teams. You know, I'm not saying they have an O-line problem, but it's definitely a need, or maybe just a want, whatever you want to call it. It's something they could really use, being that Joe Staley's getting up there in age. So, but this guy's this is a once in a generation kind of guy. You know, you don't draft a guard top 5, and maybe that's what these other teams are thinking. So he doesn't go top 5. He goes 9th to the Niners after they won that coin toss. Okay, so here's the situation here, Raiders fans. Both the linebackers are off the board, the top linebackers. Are you going to reach on a Rashaan Evans or the Boise State linebacker? His name's unpronounceable. Are you going to reach? I don't think you do. I think you take best player available at a position of desire. Does that make sense? I say you pick best player available at a position you would love to have. It's not an instant need like middle linebacker or like linebacker. It's not an instant need, but it would really help. And I think that's exactly what Denzel Ward does. Let me stop there. In my last mock, I said I didn't see anything special in Denzel Ward. I thought he'd be a decent corner. I thought he'd be a good corner. I have changed my mind. I watched some more film. I watched the combine. I watched him run. I watched him do his drills. He looks phenomenal. I don't know if I have him over Joshua Jackson as my number 1 corner yet. Maybe. You know, it's kind of close. He's a phenomenal player. In Oakland, really, really would be good with him. I know I'm more convinced of myself than I'm convinced of Raiders fans. I don't think they'd mind. But this guy, he really is a beast. You know, and him and Garion played last year together. So, this would be a great cornerback tandem for the... You got 2 guys who I really think can both be Pro Bowlers. You know, I think Denzel Ward, and I know Garion Conley will. I mean, you know, barring injury, he's going to be a Pro Bowl, and I think this guy, Denzel Ward, can too. You got to be secondary for the future. John Gruden knows how to coach him. Number 11, we got the Miami Dolphins. They lost Jay Ajayi, so I got him getting Darius Geis, but I can see this not happening, of course. You know, they could just rock with Kenyon Drake. If that's what they want to do, that's fine. But you got to think they have something. I don't know. I don't think I love Kenyon Drake. I watched him in college. I just don't think it's going to be good enough, you know? I mean, that's fine. If that's not where they want to go, that's not where they want to go. But Darius Geis is a beast running back, and he fits, you know? It's a need, it's a fit. And I think this would be a good signing. I heard a report that someone asked Darius Geis if he was gay at the combine. I thought it was pretty funny. He, of course, said, you know, no, but I thought that was pretty funny. Number 12, I got the Cincinnati Bengals drafting Derwin James, safety out of FSU. And I know he fell 29 to Jacksonville in my last mock. He probably fell too far on that. Had an amazing, tremendous combine. He definitely went up. You know, I don't see him falling much past here. The guy I had here last time, Orlando Brown. You look at that now, you think that's really stupid, but he, you know, he looked like he fit a first round, mid-first round guy, and you know, had a terrible combine. I doubt he goes first round now. But the Bengals would get themselves a great player. Like I was saying earlier, he's not quite a leader. I mean, he's a leader, not as where Minka or you know what I'm saying, would be the best player in the secondary immediately. Steps in there, he's better than Pac-Man Jones. You know, he'd be better than all their players in the secondary, and he'd make an impact. You know, the Bengals would be better with him on the team than not. Pick number 13, the Washington Redskins. Got them going with Deron Payne, D-tackle, out of Alabama. I think I had Maurice Hurst here last time. He ended up, he has heart condition, irregular heartbeat at the combine. Don't even know if he'll ever play football again. So that's real scary. But Deron Payne, probably a better prospect anyways. Fritz, I mean, they need a D-tackle. I'm probably going to mock that next time. Not Deron Payne, but I'll probably mock a D-tackle until the draft. So just get used to it. Deron Payne's a great player, though. And I think he fits the Reds guy. Like I said earlier, like I said with Derwin James, I think he makes him better. And I don't think they complain about that. He had Jonathan Allen to his outside last year. He's going to have Jonathan Allen to the outside if he goes here this year. Number 14, the Green Bay Packers get a phenomenal cornerback in Joshua Jackson. I really, really like Joshua Jackson. He's a phenomenal corner. And I know I'm mocking Green Bay, another cornerback. I didn't do it in my last mock, but I am in this one. I think they need a corner, you know. And I know they went with the guy I had last year in Kevin King. But Joshua Jackson, I've seen this a lot, and I know you probably have too. I try not to mock what I see a lot, but sometimes you have to. I think he fits in there good. I think they need a corner, and I think he can be the number 1 corner. You know, a really, really good corner. Pick number 15, the Arizona Cardinals. You see Lamar Jackson here a lot. You see other players because no quarterback's going to fall this far. Oh, true. Josh Allen can't fall this far. There's no way he's going to fall to 15. I'm gonna scroll up on my computer, okay? And you're still seeing Josh Allen. But I'm looking at the quarterbacks. Rosen's gone. Rosen went to the Giants. And in my scenario, the Browns don't take a quarterback. If the Browns take a quarterback, Josh Allen's gone, period. The Browns took him, the Broncos took him, someone took him. If you're looking after the Broncos pick up Baker Mayfield, you got the Colts, Buccaneers, Bears, Niners, Raiders, period. Let's just go there. None of those teams taking a quarterback. I mean, I'd be shocked. The only one I could see is the Colts if they were trading Andrew Luck. So they're all not picking a quarterback. The Dolphins, maybe, but I didn't mock that. The Bengals, maybe, but I didn't mock that. You want to keep going? The Redskins, maybe. Packers, maybe. They could all maybe pick a quarterback. But like I said, when I had the Cardinals trade up to number 1, who needs a quarterback more than anyone else? The Cardinals. You can say I'm a biased Cardinals fan, but I think it makes sense, and I don't think any other team over him will take him. He had a phenomenal combine. Well, maybe not phenomenal. He had a good combine. You know, no one had a phenomenal combine. Everyone had decent combine. He had a good one. So, I don't see... I could see him getting picked before this, but I think he'll fall this far. So, just down haters real quick. Now I'll actually get into my Josh Allen. I think he's the best pocket passing quarterback, and I know he runs, so I guess he's not really a pocket passer. I think he's the second best quarterback in this draft. I think he can be the best quarterback in this draft. I think he could be the biggest bust in this draft. This guy is the biggest question mark. A lot of people say Lamar Jackson is. I think Josh Allen is, because he can be one of the best quarterbacks in the past since Andrew Luck, or he can be another bust. They say he has the arm like Jamarcus Russell. It's supposed to be a compliment, but a lot of people took it as an insult. Josh Allen's good, and I think he's really good. And I think everything I doubted about him before draft season, I've changed my mind on. His little problems, all his little problems, I think can be fixed with a good coach. And I think Steve Wilkes can be that coach. I think he can be a great quarterback in the NFL, and he'll be perfect. I wish Carson Palmer would have came back for one more year, because him under Palmer would have been great for him to learn under. Pick number 16. Oh my God, the Ravens are picking a wide receiver. Yep. Calvin Ridley out of Alabama. Probably the best receiver in the draft in most people's opinion. He's a good receiver. I don't think I've seen a mock draft that didn't have the Ravens taking a receiver. So I don't know what they're going to take. So I have no idea what they're going to take, because usually when you see the same thing over and over and over again, it's wrong. So I don't know. Calvin Ridley's a great player, though. I like Calvin Ridley. He's the number 1 receiver for a reason. I think if the Bears don't pick him, I don't think any of the other teams will. Maybe the Cardinals if they can't get a quarterback. So I got a little bit of a surprise here for you. I got the LA Chargers going with Lamar Jackson, quarterback out of Louisville. Some teams are really high on this kid, and some teams aren't. And for some reason, I just get a feeling that the teams that are really high on him aren't the, I'm pretty sure they're not the top teams. I think they're the mid-round, late-round teams. And I think the Chargers see an opportunity. They see who else is on the board that can make them better. But what do they need? I had them getting Deron Payne last time. A D-tackle would fit there, but their D-line's good. Their linebackers are good. Their corners are good. Their receivers are good. Their wide receivers are good. They drafted almost only O-line last year. They have a good quarterback, but what do they need? A backup. And this guy, he doesn't play like Phillip Rivers, but learning from Phillip Rivers will help him. And Lamar Jackson, in my opinion, he's the best quarterback in the draft, in my opinion. So they'd be lucky to get this guy. I said that for a lot of teams, but this could be really scary for the AFC West. So the Seahawks are up on the board next. They just traded their DN from where I'm at. They just traded their defensive end, Michael Bennett. So I have them getting Davenport out of Texas San Antonio. He's a beast pass rusher. But before, I know cornerback's a need. They're probably going to cut Richard Sherman. I know. But I think this guy's too good to pass up. It's a shocker he's still here, in my opinion. So I think this would be the pick for them. Sucks to be a Cardinals fan, but he's a beast pass rusher, man. He's going to get to, if we get Josh Allen, he's going to get to whoever our quarterback is a couple times if this is with a pick. But it's a good pick for the Seahawks. See, y'all want to call me biased. I'm not saying y'all, my friends do it a lot. Call me biased when I make these mock drafts. But I'm nice to the Seahawks. I gave him a great tackle last time, and I gave him a great pass rusher this time. So, you know, whatever you want to say. Pick number 19, I got the Dallas Cowboys going with Courtland Sutton, wide receiver out of SMU. Oh my God, we don't need a wide receiver. Oh my God, we don't need a cornerback. What do you need? Because you went they went 9-7 last year. You missed the playoffs. Oh, Zeke was hurt. Yeah. Des Bryant's not elite. Sorry, Des Bryant's not elite. But before you freak out, Courtland Sutton can be elite. Now, I think he probably will be. It's just he doesn't have enough to make him a top 10 receiver. Does that make sense? He doesn't have enough film. He hasn't done enough. He didn't run good enough in the combine. He hasn't done enough to be a top 10 pick. But I think he could be the steal of the draft if he falls this far. If he's coached right, it'd be a great receiver for Dak Prescott, who I do think is an elite quarterback. It'd be good. It'd be a good replacement for Des Bryant if they need to cut him, because they're saying they might cut him. I doubt it'll happen, but it'd be a good number 2 next to Des Bryant. I mean, I think that'd be really good. So, Cowboys fans, you're getting a good player here. He's from Texas. So, pick number 20, got the Detroit Lions going with Connor Williams. Oh my God, O-line's not your biggest need. I know. You didn't lose Ansah, so I don't got you getting a pass rusher. I know. O-tackle, you got a guy like Connor Williams, who was looked at as one of the best O-line prospects ever last year coming into the season. Didn't have a good season, got hurt. Not looked as the best O-line prospect ever anymore. I know he wasn't really ever, but he was looked as a really good O-line prospect. Now he's not. So, I don't know. He cannot hurt your team, period. He's not an arrogant player. He's not going to hurt your team. Oh, we need a running back. You want to take a Sony Michel at 20? Fine. You want to take a Ronald Jones? Ronald Jones had a not very good combine, like, at all. He had a bad combine, in my opinion. So you really want to draft a guy like that at 20? Be my guest. I can mock it. I could have made Darius Guys for you, but why? That's unrealistic, dude. I don't know. I think Connor Williams would be great, because your running backs are fine. You need better running backs. I know. You need a 1,000-yard rusher. I know. But you got a guy who can block for your running backs. For Amir Abdullah, who I still think has potential. The Lions took him over David Johnson, so he clearly has potential. And theoretically, a good receiving back. You got good running backs. You need a number 1 running back. I know. This isn't the round to find him. At this pick in the second round, I mean, I don't know if Ronald Jones or Michelle will be there, but if Nick Chubb's still on the board, or Royce Freeman's still on the board, there's still good running backs in the second round. And I think that Lions fans and Seahawks fans and all these teams that think they need a running back, they need to look at that, because there's a lot of good running backs in the second round. Pick number 21, we got back-to-back Bills picks. And the first one, I'm getting Will Hernandez. Had a phenomenal combine, just like he had a great Senior Bowl. This guy's only going up draft boards. And this might be too low for him, honestly. But I think he can go here. I think this would be good for the Bills. They need to beef up that O-line a little bit. I know the O-line's good, but you need to beef it up a little bit. That's fine. If you're mad about this, you're really not going to like the next pick, because with pick number 22, I got the Buffalo Bills selecting Mason Rudolph. Hear me out. Mason Rudolph, first-round talent? No. Mason Rudolph, pick number 21 talent. 22 or 21, doesn't matter. Hell no. I don't like Mason Rudolph at all. But he's looked at as the best quarterback outside the top 5 quarterbacks. You know who the top 5 quarterbacks are. And some people think this guy is a first-round talent. So if you're a Bills fan, you like that, be my guest. I don't like it at all. And I think a lot of other people are looking at this like, oh my God, that high? But in a quarterback-needy league, if Lamar Jackson's off the board, you're going to have to get a quarterback. You're going to have to get your quarterback. And I think the Bills are hungry for a quarterback. I think Tyrod's gone. And Nathan Peterman's not the option. So maybe get a guy in free agency. I mean, maybe. And if you can't do that, I think this is going to have to be your option. If you can't get a Case Keenum or Sam Bradford or Teddy Bridgewater, this is going to have to be your option. Period. But I don't get why you'd want Teddy Bridgewater over Tyrod Taylor. I think Bridgewater's better, yes, but they're basically the same quarterback. I think Bridgewater's just a little bit better. Pick number 23. I had to change this pick after this week. I made this mock a couple days ago. So the linebacker, the Alec Ogletree trade already had happened, but that last one for Aqib Talib hadn't. So I had to change this up minutes before making this mock. But I got Rashaan Evans going here. It makes a lot of sense. It really does. It makes sense that he would go here. They just lost Alec Ogletree, and I mean, they don't have a middle linebacker step up immediately. They'll have one to be decent. But you can look at this guy and say he can start right away. This guy can start right away. I don't think he's worth this pick, but I think looking at who's still on the board, he makes the most sense. You need a new middle linebacker. He makes the most sense, in my opinion. This is the guy I would go with. Because you need a new middle linebacker to replace Alec Ogletree. That simple. They're going to have a beast of a defense next year, especially the secondary. Oh my god. Pick number 24, the Carolina Panthers select DJ Chark out of LSU. He's not a first-round talent. Fine. You need a receiver. I had him getting Anthony Miller on the last one. He didn't have a great combine, saying he could not even go in the second round. So, whatever. DJ Chark had a great combine. And a lot of people putting DJ Moore here. I think Moore is a good player, and I think he's better than Chark. But I don't know if NFL teams see it that way. Not in my opinion. I think Chark had the better combine. Moore had a great one, though, so I think Moore's pushing first-round talent, you know. But I got him going here. And, yeah, I mean, you know, they need a wide receiver. So this is a good one. He's like Ted Ginn. That's what they want to replace. So there you go. Okay, so before we get to the Tennessee Titans, I had them getting Rashaan Evans last time. This guy... This middle linebacker out of Boise State, he's really good. His name's Leander Van something. He's a really good player. Okay, I've watched his film. He's a good player. I never have anything to say about the Titans. You know, they need a middle linebacker. Period. They just lost their middle linebacker. They need a middle linebacker, and this one's good. He's good. I promise. He's good. I pinky promise he's good. Number 26. I think the Falcons get a pretty good player here. Vita Vea still on the board. They're losing Dontari Poe, but Dontari Poe didn't fit. They don't use a nose tackle. Fine. He's not really a nose tackle. He's not a pure nose tackle. Does that make sense? I know he's technically a nose tackle, but he's not pure. He's not NFL nose tackle like Dontari Poe, like Jerron Payne. He's a great player, though, and this may be too low for him. If he falls this far, Atlanta would be stupid to pass up on him. I think it's a good pick for them. A lot of people want to see corners or receivers, and I almost put a corner here, but I think this makes sense. Pick number 27. I got the New Orleans Saints going with Harold Landry, however, out of Boston College. He's a really good edge rusher. They say his stock went up after the combine, and I have him going down in my mock, but not because I don't think he's better than he is, just because I only had one edge rusher going before him, and that was Marcus Davenport, and I still think Marcus Davenport's better than him. So this spot makes sense. They don't need an edge rusher, but you look at their team and what do they need? A quarterback? Who are you going to pick at quarterback? A Luke Falk, the Richmond quarterback this high? Nah, man. Maybe. I don't think so. Maybe a new receiver. Maybe a DJ Moore. Look out for the next mock. Harold Landry is too good to pass up. I think it's best player available for the Saints, and I think that's exactly what they do. Harold Landry is a great player. Him on one side and Cameron Jordan on the other. That's really good. So, pick number 28. The Steelers select Jari Alexander. Had a phenomenal combine. Really showed off for everybody. I already had him. I'm going to pick before this last time. But this mock, I'm going to have him fall in one spot. Even though he went up, I think I had him a little higher than most people did on my board. But I definitely think he's a first-round talent. And the Steelers, like I said before that last trade, I had Jari going to the Rams and him and Rashaan Evans going to the Steelers. Because I still think middle linebacker is their biggest need. But you changed this up a little bit. And I like this. You know, I think they do need a corner. I still think they need a corner. I think they definitely need a middle linebacker, so I think they address it. But with what's on the board, there really isn't a middle linebacker worth this pick. I think Jari is definitely worth this pick, and he'd be a game changer they need in the secondary. Pick number 29, the Jacksonville Jaguars pick the man, the myth, the legend, Shaquem Griffin, one-handed monster out of UCF. I love him, okay? Everyone does. I don't know anyone that's like, oh man, I hate Shaquem Griffin. Everyone loves him, man. This is too high for Shaquem Griffin. I've said it before. I just don't see taking a guy with one hand in the first round. He's proved everyone wrong. He has proved everyone wrong. He does not let it down him. I think a team will bite on him just for the glow of saying they picked Shaquem Griffin. Even if not for that, though, this guy's a monster. You know, if he had two hands, not saying that's, in my opinion, a problem, but, you know, I kind of see it as a problem, and I think NFL teams do too. But if he had both hands, this guy would be, I mean, up there with Edmonds. Up there with Edmonds and Roquan. Seriously. I know he's more of a rusher and an outside linebacker, but seriously, he's that good. You look at Jacksonville's team, I don't see him taking a quarterback. I have him taking Derwin James. Tight end's their biggest need, technically, but it's not that big of a need. Mercedes Lewis can play it just fine. You pick best player available. Maybe you think there's a better player on the board, but Shaquem Griffin's a monster. Had a phenomenal combine, and I have him going in the first round. Almost put him in the thumbnail, but I decided not to. I like it. I really like this fit with Jacksonville. That'd be so scary. It'd be so scary. Jacksonville, every time I have them, I mock them someone. I usually do a defensive player. It just gets scarier and scarier, man. I just keep thinking about Jacksonville like, oh, God, dang, they're going to be so good. You know, it just keeps getting scarier. And that Jacksonville team, that's what people are going to have to understand, that they are going to get scarier. Whenever they do this in this draft, they're going to get better doing it. So, watch out for Jacksonville, man. Pick 30, back-to-back UCF boys. Minnesota goes with Mike Hudges out of UCF. Like I said, he's a good corner. You know, I didn't have him in my last mock because I just didn't see a fit. You know, a lot of people said the Patriots. Yo, Mark Andrews. Whatever, I'll get back to that next, you know. But I think they need a corner. I think Terrence Newman's too old. I mocked them. I mocked them Lamar Jackson last time. I did, yeah. I think corner is their biggest need right now. I mean, quarterback might be if they can't land Kirk Cousins. But like I said, I have them getting Kirk Cousins in this. And I think Terrence Newman's getting up there. A guy like Mike Hudges and Rhodes on the other side. This is a deadly combo. And this can be really, really good for them. This can put them over the top. This and Kirk Cousins. Pick number 31. I got the New England Patriots going Malik Jefferson. Patriots fans, why? Dude, these guys gave me so much crap for giving Mark Andrews. I didn't know Mark Andrews had diabetes. And Patrick Peterson had diabetes. So, you know, he got over it. But whatever. I didn't know. So sure, he's not a first-round tight end. Gesicki did great at the combine. But I didn't want to give you tight end because I thought you complained. What quarterbacks left? Luella, the Richmond one? I thought about it. Thought you might complain. And I'm not going to just, you know, cater to complainers. But I somehow you'll complain about Malik Jefferson. I think Malik Jefferson's a phenomenal player. He's fallen down draft boards, sure. But this guy's still a great middle linebacker. I guess a lot of people see him as an outside linebacker. You can say whatever you want. I think that New England needs to start building for the future. But you want to keep making Super Bowl runs? You think you need a cornerback? Go ahead. The only one left is Isaiah Oliver, and I don't think he's a first-round talent. I think this guy is, though. I think this is your pick. Makes your LBC better. Your front seven, you just cut Alan Branch. You need DNs, too. I think this is a great player. So I think you should be happy with this. But that's my opinion. Pick number 32, again, the Super Bowl champions. Doesn't that feel good? Philadelphia Eagles. I got them going with Arden Key. I made this before the Michael Bennett trade. So, this pick doesn't make the most amount of sense. But, oh, wow, that doesn't... no, screw it. I think it does. It makes sense. You got three great rushers, but you can play the guy at D-tackle. When Fletcher got... I think you can play him a linebacker. Put him on the other side of Derek Barnett. You can put Michael Bennett at D-tackle. I've seen him play D-tackle in Tampa Bay. So put this guy on the outside. Yeah, best player available too. This guy's a project guy, sure. He was looked at as the best defensive player in the draft coming into the year. I know things change. You don't need to look back at that. But this guy is really, really good. And I think if they change up to a 4-3, that could be so scary, dude. The front seven, it's already looking pretty scary with Michael Bennett, but with Arden Key on that line too, man, this is scary. It looks phenomenal. So that's my post-combine mock draft. I know you're going to complain about it. If you liked it, let me know. Leave a like. You want to talk? Leave some comments. I responded to all my comments on my last video. I kind of tried to get on this one. Sorry if I gave a little bit too much hate to the Patriots fans, but y'all gave me a lot of crap in that last mock. So you do what you want. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. I really hope you do. Like I said in the last one, I'm taking this in a football direction. I have a video that will be out probably before the next mock. Next mock, we're looking post free agency. And free agency is the 14th to the 16th, right? Or it's either the 12th to the 14th or the 14th to the 16th. It's something like that. We're looking at a mock around the 20th, something like that. So only a week away. It's really not that far away. So maybe the week after that. I don't know. It would be sometime soon. So just be on the lookout for that. You know, I kind of got my format for these mock drafts. I like how they go. I like how they are, and I really enjoy making them. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. And just leave a like. Like I said, leave comments. You don't even want to talk about the mock? You just want to talk football? Fine, I'll talk to you, man. I just want to talk to people. And I really like the community, the whole part of this channel that I didn't have before. That video got 3,000 views, and that's something I never had before. That last mock blew up. And, you know, I got a lot of comments, got a lot of likes. There's people wanting to talk, you know. And even if they were getting mad, Patriots fan, I gave a lot of crap, like I said. It's fine. I get it. I looked at mocks. I'm like, why would the Cardinals draft that guy? You know, it would make me mad or upset. And I get that. You know, Bills fans aren't going to be happy with basically real. I know, but it makes sense, you know. Whatever y'all want to talk about, just talk about it. I'll comment too. Thank you for the support. Couldn't do it without you. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.